I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. Obviously, Cooper is amazing. Everything points to him just having an incredible career. And, for us to finally move up and get the first pick after all these other teams have done it, it's stunning, but it's amazing. And I'm excited for everybody, excited for fans, excited for the organization, excited for Cooper, excited for Kyrie, AD, Clay, all the guys that just put in all the work.
Stunning. Can you describe the peaks and valleys of the last 4 months? These are all-time moments that have happened within a 3-4 month stretch.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's that recency bias, right? Because it's been so recent. People don't remember all the hell I got for letting Steve Nash walk, right? And people don't remember the Dwight Powell trade, right? Those things happen, but that was then, this is now. And the good news is when you can put together a team that, and the front office has done a great job of putting together a team where we can compete, right? And a couple breaks here and there, Kyrie comes back, Cooper is who we expect him to be, and we can have a really, really good team. And where I'll really give Nico and the front office credit is you look at a lot of teams right now and they're blowing up their teams. They're dropping bombs on their team because of the second apron. We've got our guys locked up, and with the way the cap's going to move, we should be in really good shape. And, Nico and Kyrie have had a strong enough relationship that, they were able to work together to give us a little wiggle room to have somebody to fit in when Kyrie is out. And so, for all the hell that Nico's gotten, he's done a great job putting us in a really good position.
Do you think this will repair with the fans at all?
That's all last year, right? People forget, over time. But yeah, again, look at what Boston's had to do. Look what Phoenix has had to do. All these teams that we looked at and said, okay, they're just amazing and they're ready to go. The second apron has just changed how you build teams. And Nico's done a great job of pulling all these pieces together.
What most excites you about his potential and his upside?
He's got a lot of Dirk in him. What caught my attention the most is how much shit he talks on the court. And the only difference is they didn't understand what Dirk said because he said it in German. So maybe Dirk can come back and teach him a couple of words in German, because he does not back down, and he talks his game on the court too. And I think, his teammates are going to love it. Fans are going to love it. He's going to have to talk his stuff on the court, and that'll be great.
Does it surprise you, the composure that he carries himself with as just an
as an 18-year-old? I was worried about acne, and he's worried about, just being in this position. Obviously, NIL has really changed a lot of that. Guys were pros as much as anything, particularly when you're as big a star as Cooper is. And so I think that's prepared. It's prepared them really. I remember when I first got in and we were teaching kids, what a checking account was, how to get a credit card, and what just money in general, right? Because they came from, in a lot of cases, came from backgrounds where they couldn't. There was no context for the money they were getting, and now all that's gone, right? They've been through dealing with a lot of money. They understand the impact on their life. They understand, how to deal with financial side of it, and that brings a whole level of maturity that didn't exist before.
I asked the position question earlier, but isn't the beauty the fact that he's kind of a chameleon?
Oh yeah.
He can be all over the place.
I'm sending text to Jay Kidd. I'm like, point guard, let him bring the ball up, because then we have six. How tall is Cooper now? I know he grew some.
6'8",
6'9", right? So he's an NBA 6'11". So got Cooper at point guard, Clay at the 2, PJ at 3, AD, and then D Live and Gap. We've got the biggest team in the NBA. We can play all kinds of games, all kinds of different types of mix and lineups. We can play hard. We got depth. Caleb will be healthy. And if we can get D Live shooting some threes, going back to that bot. Now all of a sudden we can play 5 out with D Live in the corner and Cooper, whoever can get him the ball. We have so much fungibility with this roster that, again, the front office has done a great job of putting us in a position where we can not only, fill in and find some help, while Kyrie's out, but we can have continuity in the second apron era, and that's really hard.
Mark, we saw the video on I think it was the draft lottery night.
Yeah.
Shirtless in the living room?
No, it wasn't my living room. I was in my bedroom, and you can tell I've been in the gym a lot more since that video came out. I was there watching, and my son came in, and it was like we got the 4 pick, and he's like, go put a shirt on. I'm like, I'm not moving. I am not moving from this spot. I don't care what. I am not going to be the one who jinxes us now that we got the 4. And then when it happened, Jake and I were going nuts, called Patrick. We were like 2 kids going to a Taylor Swift concert, So I think everybody in Dallas who was watching just went nuts.
Yeah, we heard that Patrick. You had to call Patrick because he was at a track meet.
Yeah, he was as a kid's track meet, so that was a lot of fun.
Have you had the experience a lot of us had where Mavs fans left, they said, I'm done with the franchise, and then have now come back?
Yeah, I mean, I'll never be done with the franchise. Obviously, it's in my blood. But, yeah, I heard it all the time. I mean, I heard the chants, and everybody sends me the videos of all that. But, I think he's done a good job. We don't need to relitigate all the stuff that happened in the past. But I can't say it enough. What the front office with Nico leading the way has done is put us in a position in the second apron era, which is hard. You see every single team freaking out about what they're going to do next and how you're going to build a team. And here we are in this position.
How different is it for the Mavs to have gotten number 1? So 2, 3, or 4.
I mean, we never even moved up in the draft.
Yeah.
I was like, the draft, same shit's going to happen, right? We're not going to move up. And then all of a sudden, I was like, oh my goodness, we can be number 4, and then all the way through to number 1. So, it's about time it's us instead of San Antonio.
Wonder why Lady Luck got to the Mavs somehow.
Maybe because I'm gone. I don't know. I'll take the credit for leaving them.
Do you like the way the second apron is built? Like just the way it might kind of force some of these teams to restructure a bit?
I can make an argument in both directions. I was there when it was all put together. From a team building perspective, it's a lot harder. It just changes the value of draft picks and the impact of draft picks. Having a player of Cooper's quality on at least 4 years changes everything with the rookie contract, and so, but on the flip side, if you went for it, leading into the second apron, now you have to retrench. That's hard, and you've seen it, and and plus the league is changing. There's a lot more private equity people coming in, and so we're fortunate. The Mavs are one of the few remaining teams where there's pretty much an individual owner who makes individual decisions, and so I think that gives us some more flexibility in the second apron era.